Alright, so Draco's finally here, so what's going on with her? Well, the Master is forcibly contracted with Draco to help keep her alive after having been defeated in the arcade timeline. She now essentially wants to die. The forced contract was actually made by Hakunon, although Draco's beasts thought they're the ones who actually made it. Hakunon actually wants to save Nero, or Draco in this case, from her own death wish. And as one of Nero's former masters, essentially her first master, as far as we're concerned, she had a connection to all versions of Nero, regardless how faint it is. And the reason she chose the Grand Order Master, besides the fact that this is fake Grand Order, is also because they have experience with other beasts and beast-like entities. And going off topic for a bit, in one of Draco's voice lines, she actually mentions how Arthur is looking for specifically Beast 6G, aka Manaka's beast, meaning LR, and the completely unknown Beast 5 are the ones that need to be discovered and revealed. So in this story, Draco summoned all the servants you would encounter in arcade. Sita even has an appearance, with no gameplay. And they're all here to kill Draco, because that is her plan, to actually summon all these servants, create this imitation of those singularities as a way to get what she wants. Even though deep down, she doesn't want to live on, she has resigned herself to this fate in her own despair, which puts the Master, Satanta, and Locusta against everybody else, protecting her thanks to Hakuno and her brief involvement. And eventually we do get Tiamat and Lady Avalon, aka Prototype Merlin, to join our side throughout this adventure. Now here where things start to get more interesting. Since Draco is a beast of depravity, it's odd that she hates the idea of foulness and sloth. Her own demons disagree with her line of thinking and actions, not letting this slide, thus using the poison made by Locusta for Draco to put Draco asleep so then they could eventually overwrite Draco and become a new beast. Eventually her beast, called Incarnates, would eventually take a more humanoid form and become an extension of the beast, nothing more, nothing less. And they want to destroy everything Rome and the Rome related. The new beast form they take is actually more bestial as opposed to another Harlot form, in this case using her Incarnates as the core as opposed to Draco herself. During the battle, Tiamat thought about killing Draco, but thinking back to what happened in London, her motherly instincts kicked in and decided to try to quell the new beast by transforming to her beast form. This gave the Master a chance to connect with Draco, seeing Hakuno, who depending on how you answer, will be either male or female. And here's where she reveals her plan and intentions I explained earlier. This was also a way to help test the Master's resolve before finally talking to Draco. Draco, who would again asked for her own death, the Master decided no, and to wish for Draco to live on and to have hope, to not give in to her despair, allowing her to take a new form, this representing an impossible alternate future where Nero would overcome the thrice setting sun. Coming back with more energy and joy, she would make jokes calling herself Isekai Incarnated Claudius, or even better yet, Demon Beast Emperor Draco, acting more like the Nero we know, striking more of a balance between the Nero personality and the Draco personality. The Incarnates would be displeased by this and try to talk down to her, but she acknowledges what they say and just moves on. She even tells them that she will not give up her seat as B6S to anyone that includes them in this rebloomed demonic beast form of B6S. She explains to the Incarnates that what separates her from Nero is that Nero, while grieving her last moments, didn't regret her life. Draco tried to distance herself, being tired of it, and she didn't meet her end, while the Incarnates, the extension of Draco in particular, decided to go on cursing her life. After they were defeated, Draco ended up taking them back into her, reverting back into her more childish form, having now regained all her power as a beast back, being more dismissive of her adult form and the way she acted. And after all was said and done, she broke her contract to the master and even told them she'd keep them company on their deathbed wherever their journey would take them at the end, which is a nice sentiment, but I don't know how far they'll take this event in terms of the overall canon and where our deal call is going. She does end up handing over her grail, all the remaining servants disappear, and the master leaves to go back to where they belong. Draco alone ends up seeing a brief image of Hakuno before the screen fades to white, where what's next for her is unknown. Back at Chaldea, the master tells Mash and Kadok about the adventure they went on and that they contracted with a beast. Kadok gets a headache from this and takes a rest, and find out Satan to end up coming with us to see our Chaldea, and Nero ends up coming in, wanting to hear about this other self of hers that they end up meeting, what she wanted, what passions drove her, and so on.